What's up, sports fans? Alyork Sports. I want to start off by saying happy Valentine's Day to all your couples, all your singles, and if y'all switch hitting, happy Valentine's Day to y'all too. Listen, man, I don't discriminate, man. And before I start my show, shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Vegas strong, Vegas nice, Bronx Bombers, LES to the death. And don't forget, y'all, every Sunday, 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern, the Alyork Sports Show is at a theater near you. You know what I'm saying? We all over, man. Radio Pop Network, you know what I'm saying? Facebook Live, YouTube. I'll give y'all the channels so that when y'all miss it live, y'all can get to it later on. Also, shout out to my boy Justin Yu for setting up the Alyork Sports Apparel. Make sure y'all go on to alyorksports.com to get your hats, your shirts, etc. Shout out to Jeffrey Hudson and Jay Boogie for Cars and Houses. Jeffrey Hudson will be a guest appearance on the Alyork Sports Show this week. So all your Jeffrey people better support, better tune in. And last but not least, salute to my man D. Tainer for the credit fix. Y'all need y'all credit fix? Come holler at me and I'll get y'all going, man. I got nothing to do with it. I'm just a referral guy. And I'm going to send y'all to the best guy that does it. My man D. Tainer, the best in the business, man. And let's get to the Alyork Sports Show now, man. We're going to start off. We got a few topics, but I want to first start off with the James Harden run that he got. He's got 31 straight games where he scores 30-plus points. Now, a lot of y'all can look at that in a lot of different ways. Y'all can say if anybody, if you gunning all day, you can do that. I agree. But I'm going to say James earned it. I know he shoots a lot, but the guy's been making some tough-ass shots. Man, if you watch the game, he's constantly being double-teamed. He's breaking that, when they try to set him up to go right. They set him up where he can go right. And he's going right, and all he's doing is either teardropping or alley-ooping Gerald Green. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Capella, when Capella's healthy, he's doing that short alley-oop or that teardrop that Chris Paul and Tony Parker mastered. James Harden, to me, is going down, believe it or not. Forgive me if I'm a little early with it, as one of the top 5 scorers I've seen in basketball history. And I don't mean just putting the points up. I mean the way he creates his shots. I mean, he could go left on you, right on you. He mastered that Kobe shit. When you reach in, he goes up and he locks your arm inside. He mastered that 2-step back that he's always walking on and they never call walk. I mean, I never in my life seen a guy take 4 steps so many times. But it looks so pretty and he makes the shot. So I guess that prevents the refs from blowing the whistle. Because it looks pretty, man. I mean, though, this guy, you see, but one thing, I got a cardinal rule, man. My cardinal rule is I can never nominate anybody top 5 in anything if they don't do it on both sides of the court. And that's the only knock I got on James Harden, is that his defense, although has gotten better, he's still very bad on defense, man. And like I said, he's got 31 straight games with 30-plus points or more, and he's got 22 40-point games. And the 30-point per game, the guy he's chasing is Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain actually had 3 records. He had 25 straight games, then he broke his own record with 31 straight games, and then his last one is 65. But I don't think James is going to get 65 because a couple of these games he barely passed it. But salute to James Harden, though I don't think he's ever going to win a championship with this style of basketball. And if they get, like I said, if they get another key component, that's going to lower his average down, because that's going to force him to give the ball up, to an extra individual, which is going to shed on his point per average. And right now he's averaging 36.6, 7.7 rebounds, 6.7 rebounds, and 7.7 assists. And his career average is 24, 6.2, and 5.2. So he's over his career. He's on an MVP reign again. And salute to James Harden, man. But I just hate to say it. It's not the kind of basketball that's going to win you a championship, man. And maybe he sacrificed some of his numbers to get more people, and maybe some of his salary so that he can maybe one day win a championship. Because at this rate, he's going to put up every numbers you can put up. But I've seen guys like this stack up numbers. Man, I'll take it to football. Dan Marino broke basically all the records at one time before he got surpassed and never had a chip. You know what I mean? At least he visited a chip. Harden visited a chip too when they lost to the Heat when he was with OKC. But that was before he was the bearded one. You understand what I'm saying? But salute to James Harden. Now let's go to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook also has a record with a triple-double record, 10 straight games, which has never been done. He's the triple-double leader. He's built for a triple-double, believe it or not, especially now that he's learning how to give up the rock somewhat with Paul George shooting lights out in OKC. And also, you know, they got a great record in OKC. You know what I'm saying? OKC is really doing their thing. They third in the conference at 37-15. And, you know, no, 37-19. They third in their conference. But let me go back to James Harden. James Harden, they fifth. They ranked fifth at 33-24. And that's because Capella's been out and Chris Paul been out. They reckon should have been a lot better, but they're not winning nothing. And back to Russell Westbrook, they ranked third in the conference. Now, they're going to be a tough out, especially with Westbrook learning how to get the rock up to Paul George. Now that Paul George is over there. But I still think they're a man short. You know, they got Steven Adams who plays good ball. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I don't know, man. It's just Paul George and Westbrook, and Adams would be probably your third guy. They got a decent bench. You know, coach is great, but I don't think Westbrook's ever going to win a ring either, man. I mean, his style of game is just too. Even when he gets the ball up, it seems like he's always hogging shit. You know what I'm saying? And his shooting percentage went down this year severely, and his foul shot percentage went down. But like I said, he's crashing the balls more. He's passing the ball more. That's why he's getting these triple double. And he's actually averaging a triple double. Like he's averaging like something like 21.2, 11.2 assists, 11.1 rebounds. And I love me Westbrook, but you're not going to win a chip. Salute to Russell Westbrook. Just like in the boat of James Harden, where your guys are going to light it up, you know, get the contract, you know, light up the stats. But no chip, man. And that chip is important, man. Especially when you got that money already. When you got that money, you need those chips to solidify your career, man. Don't listen to Charles Barkley and them talk about it doesn't matter, you know, that they didn't get a chip. That's bullshit, man. You play the game to win, man. You play the game to win. You play these games to win. And maybe one of those two will go on another team in the future in the latter part of their career, where they're not really producing, and they'll probably pick up a chip, sort of like Mitch Richmond did with the Lakers, where he didn't even play in the playoffs, but since he was on the team, they got like a gift championship ring for the career he had. Maybe he'll get one in that way, but he ain't going to get one right now with this team right now. I just don't see it, man. And salute to Russell Westbrook, you know, with the triple-double record and all that, but you ain't going to whip no chip, dog. Now, let's go to a conversation I heard early on First Take. Daffy A. Smith. Yeah, Daffy A. Smith made a great point about Michael Jordan and LeBron. And, you know, I know this is a subject I killed about maybe 4 different videos I got. But he made a good point. He said that Michael actually left college into the NBA with that killer instinct. And LeBron, it took LeBron 10 years to get it. But he still don't have it like the way Michael came in with it. And, you know, it's not only chips, you know what I'm saying? It's the fact, like, Scottie Pippen even said, I think he was nitpicking. He said the other day that something about LeBron wasn't hustling in a close game. I mean, you don't know what happened at that moment. But I always said, you know, Jordan, by far, was the, you know, better player. Now, stats ain't going to indicate that. LeBron probably break all his stats. But, you know, his chip record is unblemished, man. He, you know, 6-0 to 3-6. And a lot of that 3-6 is because he's not the closer he should be. If he would have been the closer he should be, he probably would have been 6-3 instead of 3-6. And, you know, Daffy Doug made a point, you know, and I've been to, you know, Jordan's the dude, but all the young guys are still LeBron. And, you know, hopefully this case is severely closed, like severely closed. And, you know, I heard somebody the other day on Facebook say, How can you be the greatest player ever? You can't get your team in the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to count that out yet. I guarantee you, these 25 games left, LeBron's going to turn it up. Now, I mean, you could put that on the books. They're getting into the playoffs because I think this break is what they needed. The young guys are still like fucked up in the head because that Anthony Davis trade didn't go through, and they knew their names was thrown in the air, and they just feeling a certain type of way. But, you know, LeBron to get in their head, let them know that's the nature of the game, that's the nature of the business. And once they start buying into the Lakers thing again, they got a decent team. They can make the playoffs. They got to make it past the AFC, though, because then they're going to get right knocked out by Dub Nation. You want to get on a run if you're the Lakers. You want to wind up maybe 7 or 6, so you maybe have a chance. Maybe you get the Denver Nuggets or something like that. And the fact that Denver ain't got no experience, you could probably beat them in a series. But you don't want to play Dub Nation. You don't want to get the AFC and play Dub Nation. And like I said, salute to MJ. Still the GOAT, always the GOAT to me. Never a doubt in my mind. And hopefully you guys that was riding LeBron will understand. I got to give it up, man. And now to college basketball, last subject of the day. Who's going to beat the Duke Blue Devils, man? 21-2, ranked number 2, behind Tennessee is 22-1. Both teams are strong. Now, one thing I love about the NCAA tournament is that you got teams you never really heard of that come out steaming. This is what makes it so tough in college. Because if college always played, let's say like a 2 out of 3 series or a 3 out of 5, I say Duke will win hands down. Ain't nobody going to beat Duke 2 out of 3. Nobody. Nobody. Not even Tennessee. But the fact that it's 1 and out, where a team can hit every shot one game and you off one game, that's what makes the NCAA tournament so terrific and so hard to understand and predict. But as of right now, this moment, especially after that huge win against Louisville the other day when they was down something like 23 points with like 8 and change left, and with the crowd going crazy, Zion had 4 fouls against a solid Louisville team. And not what they were with Patino, but they solid. They came back and won that game. I mean, the crowd was against them. They were lit and blown. 1 shot, and that was it. Louisville had them a 1 shot. And the way, you know what I mean, Barrett showed up late. Zion did his thing. And Reddish showed me a lot. Cam Reddish showed me a lot. Now, Trey Jones had a bad game, but I know he's a good player. But I just think right now the Blue Devils are set to win it all, man. And that's not saying I'm a rocket scientist, but it's just they too strong, man. Like, and if Zion can stay out of foul trouble, because if he wasn't in foul trouble that game, they wouldn't have been down so much. You know, he was in foul trouble early, and then that's how that lead crept up even more. And even though, you know, when they put him in, they risked him. They put him in where they meant it. He didn't get his 5th foul. And he played good D. Blocked shots, stole the ball, played aggressive with a guy with 4 fouls. Was very intriguing the way, you know, Zion Williams played. But Blue Devils is my team. I think they're going to win it all. I just think they're too strong. Volunteers might give them a shot. With the Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams are the 2 great players over there in Tennessee. But I got Duke to win it all. I just think they're just too strong, man. Plus, they got them 1 and out guys. So they ain't coming back next year. It's either winning now, don't win it never. And I think they're going to win it, man. And with that, thank you for joining the Alyork Sports Show. And like I said, Sunday, 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern. Tune in. We got y'all. I got my panel. Noah Parker, Tony Brown. I got Jeffrey Hudson coming through today on Sunday. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love y'all. LES to the death. Vegas strong. Alyork Sports Show. We'll be right back. I'll see you Sunday. One love.